Good day and welcome to our 10-minute video series. My name is Mary Jane Rodriguez and I'm doing this for Ultimate Access. Our video today covers the SEMA Management Case Study exam that will be happening in August 2018. Our pre-scene company is a company called Montel, and Montel is a manufacturing company that is based in Farland, and they focus on manufacturing cameras. Our topic for today covers the E2 syllabus topic, Topic B, Part 1, and Part 1 discusses the concepts associated with managing through people. There are many concepts under this part. Some background E2 knowledge cover leadership. Now, you probably are wondering why leadership is the first thing to look at when we're looking at this topic. And it is because the concepts of power, authority, delegation, and empowerment are normally found or expected to be found in a leader. Leadership is the process through which leaders influence the attitudes, behaviors, and values of others. And they can do the influencing by a couple of things, where they show power, which is the ability to get things done. They influence, which would mean they try to modify the behavior of others or attitude of others towards something. And normally, this is encouraged by using motivating tools. Another aspect is authority, and this is the right to do something or to ask someone to do it and expect it to be done. And normally, leaders would have authority to get things done. Delegation is another process that is familiar to a leader. They give out a part of their own authority to make decisions to their subordinates in order for them to focus on other more important things for the company. And lastly, the empowerment aspect is to make workers responsible for achieving and setting targets, and they should have the freedom to make decisions about how they would go about setting and achieving these targets. Another E2 knowledge that we should have a background in, we spoke earlier about influence being encouraged by motivating tools, and now we are touching upon them. Our first motivational tool is something called Maslow's hierarchy of needs, which is basically listing down levels of needs that people have with regards to being motivated. So as the lower needs are fulfilled, the next level of needs come to the fore and needs to be fulfilled. In Maslow's hierarchy of needs, there are 5 levels of needs. The most basic ones are physiological and safety. And we have the next rung, which is the psychological needs, which talks about love and belonging to a group, and also having esteem or self-esteem. The last need, which is the highest need that a person can have, would be the self-fulfillment need or the self-actualization need. Another motivational tool, Hertzberg's two-factor theory, which covers hygiene factors and motivators. In this theory, motivators are things where when it is present in the work environment, it motivates the employees. These are things such as recognition of work, job growth, responsibility, feeling that you have interesting work, there's challenge in your job, as well as your achievements are noted in the work environment. We also have hygiene factors. Now, hygiene factors are things or items that are normally in the work environment, but they don't really provide motivation if they are present in the work environment. But as soon as they disappear or are removed from the work environment, that it creates dissatisfaction. Some of the hygiene factors that we can note down are things such as good working conditions, policies and procedures, salary and benefits, supervision and status, as well as coworkers, work-life balance, and job security. Think about it. If you are working and you know that you are secured in your job, it doesn't really motivate you to work harder. But as soon as there are talks of redundancy and there are talks that you would lose your job, then it creates a big dissatisfaction in your work life and you start worrying. And that is how hygiene factors are. So why did we choose this syllabus topic for today? There's not really a specific mention of how big this workforce is, but we can sort of guess. One thing is when we look at production of the cameras, it talks about Montel having 4 factories and where different products are manufactured in different factories, which would mean that we do have some sort of workforce working for us. There's another area where the structure of the sales department is identified. And in this structure, we actually find that sales is regionally divided. Within each region, the sales staff of that region is further divided into the product categories that they sell. And so it sounds like a big sales workforce. As with all our 10-minute video series, we actually have a Q&A at the end of the session. And today's question is the following. The Director of Finance has emailed you the following. With declining profits in the horizon, continuous improvement has become one of our business objectives. We must maintain a strong focus on it to remain competitive in the industry. However, the board has expressed concerns that if we continue to set highly challenging performance measures for staff, then this will actually reduce motivation and overall business performance. I am meeting the board in a few minutes and would like you to provide me some briefing notes on why we should delegate responsibility for continuous improvement to staff and the steps to take. As with all questions, I encourage students to follow steps to write out an answer plan. Please pick out the text, build your response around the requirement. You can write down or note down 5 to 6 points for each requirement, and you can list down any keywords or theories that you may want to use. And here's my answer plan for today. I would start off with an introduction with regards to continuous improvement and delegation. I would then go right into it and note down some benefits of why we should delegate continuous improvement. My first benefit would be the decision-making abilities for the employees. My second benefit would be that it could increase job satisfaction. Some of the steps that I'd probably advise to take is that we would have to define limits and assess the level of competence of the employees. Some other steps would be probably to provide training if they do not know how to approach this delegation, as well as to ensure that they are not overworked or overloaded with responsibilities. And in the end, I would round it up with a conclusion. And here is my answer. Continuous improvement is a method of identifying opportunities for streamlining work and reducing waste. It is important for Montel as it ensures that we as an organization maintain an ongoing process of improving products, services, and procedures to improve customer satisfaction, safety, quality, and profits. There are many practical reasons to delegate continuous improvement to staff. Firstly, it will allow for better decision making. The staff closest to the business processes we are trying to improve can make the decision. For example, our production staff in the factory are those individuals with the appropriate skills to make the decisions relating to the factors which will enable us to achieve continuous improvements. Importantly, the delegation should also provide our staff with more interesting work as they work out issues and problems to improve their work. It can also increase job satisfaction when the improvements take effect and yield positive results. This will further increase motivation and encourage higher levels of quality. In planning delegation, the senior management team should ensure that we define the limits of authority delegated to staff in terms of expectation of the levels of responsibility for continuous improvement. We should also ensure that the staff are competent to exercise the delegated responsibilities by assessing their level of competence. If there are potential areas for skill enhancement or training, we should provide training and support. The idea is not to continuously monitor staff on what they are doing, but rather providing them ownership of their work. We should ensure that staff members are not put under pressure with our requests to continuously improve. The delegation of such responsibility should create an environment that elicits the best from our staff, which should lead to increased job satisfaction and the successful accomplishment of our business objectives. And that is it for me today. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope things are going well for your preparation for the case study exam. Good luck for the exam, and I'll see you next time. In particular, we are going to look at the concepts of power, authority, delegation, and empowerment.